Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining on your Tuesday. So, today we're going to practice Satsang, and it seems like everyone's really been here before. So, obviously, we're just going to meditate. We're going to have a little topic, and then at the end, if you'd like to say hi, you can feel free to come on and say hi. So, today's topic is letting go of ego. So I'm going to just start with a little excerpt from this book, A New Earth, because I've been rereading it and loving it. And Eckhart Tolle, he's an enlightened author. So it's an amazing book. And there was just one page where he's talking about counseling. You know, he was a spiritual teacher and a counselor who was talking to someone who had cancer. And he was just going into this aspect of ego and, how to let go of everything before you kind of leave this world. So I'm just going to read a small excerpt from this and then we'll talk about the topic. So he said, "You can only feel it when you get out of your head. That is the joy of being. Being must be felt. It can't be thought. The ego doesn't know about it because thought is what it consists of." So he's talking about possession. So the ring was really in your head as a thought that you confused with the sense of I am. You thought the I am or a part of it was in the ring. Whatever the ego seeks and gets attached to are substitutes for the being that it cannot feel. You can value and care for things, but whenever you get attached to them, you will know it's the ego. And you are never really attached to a thing, but to a thought that has I, me, or mine in it. Whenever you completely accept a loss, you go beyond ego and who you are. The I am, which is consciousness itself, emerges. She said, "Now I understand something Jesus said that never made sense to me before. If someone takes your shirt, let him have your coat as well." That's right. It doesn't mean you should never lock your door. All it means is that sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. In the last few weeks of her life, as her body became weaker, she became more and more radiant, as if light were shining through her. She gave many of her possessions away, some to the woman she thought had stolen the ring, and with each thing she gave away, her joy deepened. When her mother called me to let me know she had passed away, she also mentioned that after her death, they found her ring in the medicine cabinet in the bathroom. Did the woman return the ring, or had it been there all the time? Nobody will ever know. One thing we do know: life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. How do you know this is the experience you need? Because this is the experience you are having at this moment. It is wrong then to be proud of one's possessions or to feel resentful towards people who have more than you. Not at all. That sense of pride, of needing to stand out, the apparent enhancement of oneself through more than and diminishment through less than is neither right nor wrong. It is the ego. The ego isn't wrong, it's just unconscious. When you observe the ego in yourself, you are beginning to go beyond it. Don't take the ego too seriously. When you detect egoic behavior in yourself, smile. At times you may even laugh. How could humanity have been taken in by this for so long? Above all, know that the ego isn't personal. It isn't who you are. If you consider the ego to be your personal problem, that's just more ego. So that was just a small excerpt I read, and I really liked it because sometimes when we, get caught up in life, we start taking more than we're giving, or we start feeling like we're better than others, or, things can go to your head very easily about, different aspects of life, like your career or, how well your family life is going or something like that. And it's also the vice versa of that, which is not having enough and feeling bad about that. So all these things are actually just ego. So, the ego wants to control, it wants to own things, it wants to be better than, it wants to be seen as unique in some ways. And then it wants to feel superior and larger than life. So we don't want to overthink this, but we just want to catch it when it comes up, and then bring ourselves back to our heart, because if we let it go too long, it can kind of just take over. And, the part we have to accept is that we all have ego in some area of our lives where it can run free, it can get out of control. And it might even be in those close relationships where you didn't see it coming, but suddenly you're super controlling and you feel upset with yourself, you feel upset with others constantly. So in our daily life, that can kind of come up, more often than not. But what we want to do is just become aware of those moments where we let the ego run free, and remember that there are some simple principles that we can live by that just make things easier, which is less judgment, more empathy and compassion, less greed, more giving and service, less I'm better than you, and more we're all equals. And each and every one of us is worthy and capable of unconditional love. So just remember that also we're never alone in this journey. So if you know you need to practice and master more detachment, set an intention in your life to do that. And ask the higher power in your life to help you with this journey. And it's okay to ask for help when we feel like we can't handle something. So, I hope this is something that you guys can take into your daily lives. And, ego is something that it seeps into every aspect of our lives. But once we become aware of it, which is what, was happening in that section of the book, you can start letting go of things, whether it's a possession, whether it's how you feel about something, whether it's, an attachment to a relationship. It's just about bringing awareness to it. And then it's about, really coming back to the heart and coming back to like what's important in life. So there's always going to be ups and downs where ego kind of takes over, and then we notice it and then we bring ourselves back. So luckily in meditation, we have this ability where we can, bring ourselves back easily, and we can, see what's happening in our lives and then decide what we want to do. So that was just my topic for today. It was a quick one, but I feel like it's something that's very important, something that comes up almost every day for most of us. So I hope that helps. And let's get into today's meditation. So today we're going to practice inner yoga, which is a system started by Guru Maharaj. And he said that we should look inwards and practice inner yoga, which is practicing silent meditation, but also making sure that you illuminate your heart with light and allowing that light to go into your entire being, into your entire space, and to head into the silent meditation to help, ease yourself into this deeper silent meditation. There's music that plays that helps you go into the silence. And then there's music that plays once the meditation is over to help you come out of that silence. So today we will practice, Ashtanga yoga and go inwards and meditate. So the process is visualize a bright, beautiful golden light in front of you. Visualize that light coming into your heart space. From the heart, it goes all over your body, from your head to your fingers, through your toes, and then into your energy fields, 5 feet everywhere, all over your space. And then we will go into our silent meditation for about 35 to 40 minutes. And then we will come out of it, and then we can have a Q&A session after. So let's get started. Thank you guys for being here. If you have any comments, feel free to come on now. Otherwise, happy Tuesday and thanks for being here. Okay, everyone. I think I'll wrap it up today. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you, Anita, Auntie. Thank you. Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for being here.
Good
Namaskar,
night.
Parul. Good night,
Good
everyone.
night. Namaskar. Namaste.